Hi, my name is Thiviyan Sithganesan, and I'm a social worker. I don't think anxiety is a bad thing. Like there's a lot of evolutionary reasons why we have anxiety, right? Like I talk to people about how, there are positives to anxiety. Like I'll ask people to like generate a list of pros and cons for anxiety. And maybe at first glance, that exercise kind of seems silly. Like, how are there any pros to anxiety, right? Anxiety is a sign that you care. It's a sign that you care about something. Like, I'd be hard pressed to think of an example of you having anxiety for something that you don't care about. While there is that tendency to want to eliminate the anxiety because it feels uncomfortable, there's value in kind of looking at it, exploring it, sitting with it, like questioning it. And maybe that can help you kind of look at it in a different way, in a different perspective, and move past it in a way that you didn't realize. I have this metaphor of like, imagine you have like 10,000 bricks on your back. Okay, so 10,000 bricks, like symbolizing that like you're having trouble with something. Like, you're crushed under like the problem or whatever, right? And so, yeah, maybe you go to therapy, you do a couple skills, you make some changes in your life. Maybe after let's say a month, you've removed like 1,000 or 500 bricks from that 10,000, right? Great, you're definitely working towards the solution, like the solution being to remove all the bricks, right? But as far as an experiential thing, you being under 10,000 bricks versus 9,000 bricks, it's the exact same from your standpoint. So you won't really see the change, but I think as you continue going, you are making progress, tangible progress towards what you're doing. And then one day you will look at it and be like, hey, wait a second, I can feel the weight off my shoulders. I can finally feel like something's moving. You are making a difference when you take steps. It's just that it's not going to show right away. You're thinking about like the whole picture, right? Like you're thinking, okay, I go to therapy and then like, what if these things don't get fixed? What if it's a lot of work? What if I don't like it, right? You don't have to worry about any of that. All you need to do is book the session and like see how it goes. And you can kind of figure out the rest, right? Like based on the conversation with the therapist. When you kind of look at the whole picture, you're gonna feel paralyzed, right? Because the thought is like, oh, I gotta do all this stuff, right? And that thought is gonna make you feel like so stressed and anxious, and that feeling is probably not gonna motivate you to go to therapy, right? But when you just think of it like, all I'm doing is just trying something. I'm just showing up to the session and I'll see how it goes. If I like it, great. If not, then I don't have to do it, right? And then now you've opened yourself to an opportunity to look into your mental health, to like look after yourself. I think just thinking about it as one session rather than thinking about it like, oh, what am I gonna have to do in here? What if it doesn't work? We don't need to know any of that. Like, there's no way we'll know that until you try it. So.